It was one of the key reasons why Duke had every top recruiting class, and he almost pulled off the biggest coup of all time, almost getting Cameron and Caden Boozer to come into Miami. But
a freshman who did flip from Duke. Donaldson's off the mark, rebounded by Ernest Uday Jr. And the first team All-ACC. Louisville was the breakout star with 7 points down the stretch yesterday in a 62-58 win over SMU. First bucket is in. Local ties all from the state of Florida. There's a great pride Jay Lucas wants his player to have in this program in that state. And Renew, who wants a touch, he's got Conwell draped all over him. Everybody doubles Renew. They're used to playing out of that. And Henderson bricks a jumper. Leading scoring offense at 82 a game in conference play. Great ball movement here. Conwell missed a three. And Woolley was on. Couple of missed threes by Donaldson on one end. Zukris. Foul was on Henderson, first of the game, the Miami freshman.
25 feet and extended. You have to find him as soon as he crosses the half-court line. And also, he has great positional size, 6'5", and an elite passer leading within the offense.
Every morning, he told me he's in the training room, hours worth of stretching, stim, dry needling. He says he's making every night. Big meditation guy, too, but he does hope to be out here in the NCAA tournament, at least.
I hope they'll have him back, but they're without him now as Don in the game. Louisville will turn to Kobe Rogers. Conwell over to Hadley. Good for three.
And be a catch-and-shoot player, but ultimately thrives in transition and attacking the rim.
Renew! That's an attack of the rim.
My goodness. Athletic. What a big-time finish at the rim. Ryan Conwell goes up and then decides to just hang in the air and watch it.
After a 1-for-7 start. Donaldson into the corner. Renew. With Brown hurt and McNeely hurt. Conwell.
Good defense.
Hadley rolls it home.
So close. You didn't really go for it. You didn't really commit for it, though.
Come on.
You got to commit if you're going to go for the loose ball.
Grab to rip this suit. Donaldson. He was in front of the restricted arc, too. Audrey's had it for a block, and Henderson has the three-point. Lucas has said, this is how I want to build this program. Just smothering Louisville. Khalifa threads it through, though.
My goodness.
Thinks at any level in the world. Conwell off the fake. Conwell gives it up and roots to the ground. There is nothing free in this game, folks. Screens, rebounds, dunks.
Initiate the contact. You're coming into me, not the other way around.
Could have been 2 fouls on Henderson. Instead, he's still playing with 1 currently, so he cannot eat or drink from sunset to sundown. And he played in Miami.
On the team.
Free throws coming for True Washington. Right side of his face again.
It's the first thing I said, KB, when he got hit in the head. Those aren't typical things on top of the head. You can get stitches.
Khalifa, Hadley, and Pryor. Again, 3 bigs for Louisville, and this time it's a turnover. Dante Allen to Renew, stripped by
players' time, considering you're playing multiple games in multiple days.
Driving Donaldson, puts in 2 more.
3-point shooters in the ACC.
9 for Conwell. Washington. Allen is open, and there is Miami's first, his teammate. Donaldson up top and thrown down. 16 points in the paint for Miami. Renew getting right back there. It was an F, and the game was lost in the first 10 minutes with how he came out defensively. Woolley inside. Zukris patiently waiting for 2
rebounds and putbacks. Just a tremendous workhorse who is always active.
Donaldson, there's another lob. McNeely back in the game with those 4 staples for Louisville. McNeely sets up Hadley, books a 3, his second of the ball game. Donaldson cut off from a drive. The follow by Allen results in a Louisville foul.
And Hadley, a willing three-point shooter when he's open.
Louisville
45% on the season.
Louisville 8 of its last 10. You were St. Louis wins the A-10 tournament or another quote-unquote bid thief rises up, they can knock you out. Auburn right now below the cut line. If they don't count out Oklahoma, by the way. They have A&M tonight. They've won 5 in a row at Porter Moser Sooners. A 3-4 hesitation. Woolley bricks a 3. Strong rebound, Shelton Henderson. Washington a 3. An explanation with the free throws. And Andrew could not take the free throws. So Miami will choose Hadley to shoot. And he makes the closing seconds between North Carolina and Clemson. So maybe Duke UNC in the semis, maybe not. FSU Clemson will try to spoil that. Confirmed during the break as a 3.
I just want to say this. I think there could be an upset alert tonight with Florida State. The first game that's finished. Well, actually, it's not the foul, just goaltending.
Just goaltending. Correct myself there. That's why there was a whistle on the play. Henderson, spinorama. As we told you earlier, Eric Dickerson is his uncle. His grandfather, Elmer Seals, cousin Ricky Seals Jones are NFL players. Jay Lucas administratively. Miami ball with a minute 20 to go in the first half. Donaldson.
He's able.
Donaldson. Step back 3. No good. And that's the half. 12 lead. He's back on the floor with Donaldson, Allen, Henderson, and Uday. Donaldson a team high 13. And there's a Cardinal on the deck on the first.
And they got to step it up here early in the second.
Louisville had 3 players leave at points with injuries, but apparently Jay Lucas wants more blood. Woolley for a 3.
A little bit more toughness by Louisville, especially crashing the glass. With their lack of size, you would think that they would have a positive production on the glass. And
pulls in his head after Ryan Conwell, his teammate, elbowed him in the face. Renew inside. Tough 2 for Renew. Renew wants it again. Going to work on Woolley. Renew is fouled. It was twice an honorable mention All Big Ten player. Production dipped a little bit last year due to injuries. It really came down to how were teams going to guard him. What can we do out of that? They said everybody but probably Boston College in the league really done
2 or 3 in this game, but last Saturday had a career high in free throws made and attempted. 14 of 16 from the line.
Woolley turned it over. Allen stuffed it!
Until he realizes how high above the rim he is.
5th Miami dunk, and it's a 10-0 Hurricane. And I think Pat Kelsley may have dislocated his shoulder, calling a timeout to set that play.
That is a charge.
Finally, I've heard it once or 800 times, I think. Okay.
No need to make me feel like I didn't do anything great.
Again, imitation is the Sammy. Slipped through to Roots in a big first half. Hadley. It goes out by Donaldson. Roots a rare 3. Oh boy, it's his day.
Where does the point production come from? And Roots has answered the bell.
Washington trying to get in the lane against Roots. That's a really tough finish. Washington. 3 to shoot. Washington down the avenue. Semifinal. Duke, Florida State. North Carolina, Clemson still to come. Those games starting at 7. No go for.
He wants it back.
Against Khalifa. Washington. Rebound Uday. Second leading rebounder in the ACC. Goes. 8-point lead for Miami. 12.5 to go in a second half dominated by the Canes. That ball is tipped and still whizzing the ball into the corner. Washington trying to fend off McNeely. Washington has been great in isolation, and he scores again. Where's Louisville go for a good look? McNeely will take it. Conwell. Rogers will drive it. That's a really hard finish. And then Rogers takes it back. Sets up Frew, who rolls it home. Renew. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 of them offensive instead of Iris today.
I'm just disappointed we haven't seen Pat Kelsey be with the dancers in middle court yelling at the refs again like yesterday. You know, as we saw in the first game with Van Allen, Lubin utilizing a ton of ball fakes against Onyeso. We haven't.
4 straight misses for Miami. Renew will try to change that. Just bullies Hadley to the rim. Team All-ACCer Malik Renew. Conwell around his defender Allen, wraps in 2 first points of the half. Quiet in the second half.
I think Conwell needs to start being a little bit more aggressive.
Got Renew on him. That's a tough shot for
Kevin, there's no way in hell you're taking a charge with Staples in your head.
There's no way I'm taking a charge with Staples not in my head. Let's get that straight. Hadley draws a foul.
To the open in that Jason mask. He wants them to embrace the physicality and toughness.
Well, they just got an offensive rebound, and Washington appears to blings. I guess that's the family dynamic.
You have to scrap and claw for everything in that family, and he does the same thing here.
Washington 1 for 2. Miami's left some points out there. 13 for 21 at the line. Conwell driving, attacking it.
On him, baby.
Uday is the 4th Miami player with 3 fouls. And they are McNeely, 2 to shoot it, and a takeaway for Donaldson. Henderson, Hadley with a block. McNeely thought about giving him the long pass.
Gotta go Conwell for a 3.
They don't pick him up.
Not being able to play after breaking his other hand on a 2-0 drill. That's a dunk. So unfortunate, but still, that's going to be a big time.
The 1 win away in the final 3:40. Washington for 3. He got it! In our second quarter final, Virginia awaits the winner.
Henderson is so aggressive and physical with Conwell.
A finish by Frew, who got it. Donaldson off the screen. Poked away by Hadley. Here he goes, the 6-year senior. Lays it. No, McNeely will follow. Hurricanes have the arrow on any tie-up. Donaldson down to Renew. He scores it.
All time, waits behind the play, lulls you to sleep, you make a careless pass, he gets the inbound steal.
So 1-1 for Washington, and he hits the front end. The big shot to win the game at Miami. Gives it up to Conwell. Conwell into the teeth of Allen with a tough 2, and has not scored in the half. John Lucas watching his son's team try to close out a quarterfinal win, and Donaldson rattles in the second goal line this year. An exceptional shooter throughout his career at Virginia, and now at Louisville. He will get a second.
Makes his free throw, got to come down and get a quick 2 or a quick 3, whatever shot is available first.
Father and son.
Too much time off the clock.
Have to get a shot up right now. Rejected! Henderson with a hammer!
Just a big-time defensive possession by Henderson on the closeout to Conwell, knowing that with time dwindling down,